Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Medicus Pharma, which trades on the TSXV under the symbol MDCX. And it's a clinical stage multi-strategy holding company focused on investing in accelerating novel life sciences and biotech companies through FDA-approved clinical trials. Great to have Dr. Raza Bokhari back, Executive Chairman and CEO. Doctor, you are currently in San Francisco, and you're at the Biotech Showcase on the sidelines of JP Morgan Healthcare Conference. So how's it going out there?
Well, thank you, Anna, for having me back on your program. And yes, we have hit the ground running with the start of the new year. And the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference is a big gathering of all healthcare-related activity, both from the investment banking side, from the equity research side, and from presenting companies. So we are actually at the Biotech Showcase, where the startup companies usually present and hopefully picked up by JP Morgan. So we're not there yet at the JP Morgan main conference, but hopefully very soon. And we have some very positive response that we have received, and we're very excited about that.
Well, tell us a little bit more. Talk about some of that positive response you're seeing, and how is the outlook for the beginning of 2024?
Well, we last week had announced to the market that we have filed our clinical protocol with the FDA and are seeking final comments before we can initiate our phase 2 trial. So that's a very materially important news. When we commenced trading in the fall of last year, we had indicated in our prospectus that we intend to randomize our first patient before the end of Q1 2024 for treating basal cell carcinoma in this non-invasive way. So we are delivering to what we have said. Our protocol is in with the FDA. We hope to get the final comments before 30 days and get the trial off the ground. So that's very promising. We have have plans up to 60 patients that will get randomized in this trial with a placebo arm, with a low dose 100 microgram arm, and a 200 microgram high dose arm. And we hope that we will demonstrate efficacy of our microarray needles and delivering doxorubicin at the site of the lesion. So that's promising. We also saw this week a coverage initiated by Zacks Small Cap Group. So it's a sponsored research, and that report came out, and that had some very positive highlights. So we are quite excited to see that report.
Wonderful. I know you mentioned the phase 2 protocol. So talk a little bit more about what the next steps are following the submission of that phase 2, and when can we anticipate some further updates or progress related to this trial?
So as I had mentioned in our last engagement, we in our phase 1 study, which was the safety study for this non-invasive way to treat basal cell carcinoma, we also saw indications of efficacy in 6 patients where the cancer was cured while the drug was also deemed safe in 6 patients. So that was a very positive signal. That has also led us to think that since this is a novel therapy that is meant to provide a non-invasive or a non-surgical treatment option, which is currently not available, so very likely there is a possibility that if we have alignment with the FDA, that we may qualify for an accelerated new drug application and may get a waiver from a big phase 3 trial. So with that intent in mind, the design that we have submitted with the FDA in consultation with our regulatory advisors and consultants that it is designed in a fashion that this becomes a pivotal phase 2 trial beyond proof of concept. Sometime from when the first patient would be randomized to 90-day midpoint, we will have an opportunity to look at the data, an interim review of the data, and if it is trending positive, we hope to engage with the FDA and then get more guidance to see how we can expand the trial and get on track for an accelerated approval, which would be very promising for us and for value creation for our shareholders.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned it briefly. Can you expand a little bit more on that recent Zacks Small Cap Group guidance you got concerning your stock price and how it should be valued much higher than it is?
Well, we as a company always believe that we are priceless. We always believe that our value should be far more than what it is. That being a fundamental belief of all biotech companies that we also resonate with and agree with. But biotech sector has been generally depressed over the past 2 or 3 years. The companies have been trading below cash value and mostly have been undervalued. But there is a positive trend, and we sense that trend here at Biotech Showcase and on the sidelines of JP Morgan, that there is excited, renewed interest in this sector. And I think in line with some of those factors, and I think some of the value proposition that we have, the novel portfolio asset of SkinJet that we have, SkinJet, Zacks Small Cap has given a guidance of $6 to our stock price in not so distant future, which certainly is, we're happy to see that. We are not in any position to either confirm or deny or agree or disagree with them. But the stock is trading, I think so, somewhere around $2. So if a third party thinks it's worth $6, clearly that's trending in the right direction. But again, at the risk of being repetitive, we as a company and management are not in any position to either confirm or disagree with what a third party would provide guidance. But always it's reassuring when somebody says our stock is valued far more than what it is trading at.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Dr. Bokhari, for joining us again with this update, and it's a great way to start off 2024.
Thank you so much, Anna, for having us back on your program.
All right. We'll see you again very soon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.